And I think it just needs to be acknowledged by us how much they have done in the last 3 or 4 days to get to this point. And then the other comment would be, for whatever we do, let's keep communicating, because I think the crickets that are out there to a certain level in government locally isn't helpful. And I think we've done a really good job of communicating. And I think that's key to keeping people engaged. And I just think that's super important to keep people down. And then to all of our teachers and staff, please take the 7 days and relax, decompress, enjoy yourself before we reset, because you've clearly endured it and earned it. Take a break, relax, deep breaths, and that's all I've got, other than a motion when you're ready.
Trustee Brown?
So just a question about the meeting on the 31st. If we handle that remotely, how will the public be involved?
I'm going to have to research that. My intent is to hopefully have it here with social distancing. Folks still can, watch via YouTube. So my intent is to be all in this room. However, there are orders out there in different places in the United States that's not allowing this to happen. So really, we just have to, like I started the beginning of this evening, sometimes things change within the minute. So hoping that everyone's here. If not, we'll do it via Skype of some sort, and then also still have an opportunity for the community to still weigh in with questions.
Yeah, the superintendent and I have been talking about that already a little bit as we try to figure out how this is going to play out. And then we're going to look at the governor's suspension of some of the Brown Act laws so that we can do meetings remotely. And so because there's a lot of restrictions on that by the Brown Act, but because this is an emergency, they're suspending some of those rules for the time being. So we'll see what we can do and make it so that the public has access as well as all the board members. I'm hoping that we can still see each other and be able to do it in that capacity.
And the other piece, the purpose of the board meetings moving forward during this time, it's strictly just going to be actions that need to be taken to continue the work of the district. There's not going to be reports. There's not going to be sharing out. There's not going to be recognitions, all of that. It literally is what we're doing tonight, and just approving contracts as they move forward and being able to pay people and pay our bills, because certainly we are a large employer in this county, and we want to be able to pump the money out as best we can, because we know that that's going to be hardship on our county. So literally a 15-minute, 20-minute board meeting, and then we would reconvene at another time.
Trustee Newman, before I go back to any other board members, Trustee Newman, do you have any questions or comments?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. All right, Trustee Walker?
Just one that you just brought up. How is this going to impact any of our sort of summer construction bond work? Are we going to be able to still move forward with those sort of things in the spirit of, one, putting money out in the economy, and two, fixing buildings? Just as you mentioned that, I thought about that and thought to myself, do we see any impacts there that's going to negatively impact us there?
I believe it's SB 117. There is an exemption in it for public contract code that will allow those projects to continue if it can within the district structure. So right now there's no planned interruption, unless that, as Dr. Noguchi clearly pointed out accurately earlier, it changes sometimes by the minute.
Yes.
But currently there is an exemption in the most recent legislation to allow for public contract code work to be done.
Good enough. Thank you.
Okay, so there isn't anyone from the public, so unless any of the staff would like to make a comment? Seeing none, back to the board. Any subsequent comments anyone have? I think at this time it's appropriate for us to do this in order for the district to keep functioning in a timely manner. And I think it was wise to be able to do this. And then we'll research and find out a little bit more about teleconferencing and how we can do those board meetings if things change, which they are rapidly changing in our county. So we will keep you informed, and let us know if you don't feel like you're informed enough, so that we can ensure that there's better ways to communicate with you, because I think it's important that we still feel like we're working together and accomplishing all we can. So now we're ready for...
We're going to do a roll call if there's a motion.
Yes, we need to do a roll call because we have someone on. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, trustee Walker has made a motion and trustee Brown is seconding it. Roll call?
Already. Trustee Brown? Aye. Trustee Lopez?
Aye.
Trustee Newman?
Aye.
Trustee West? Aye. Trustee Walker?
Aye.
And President Marks.
Aye. And to note that trustee John Irvin is absent. So with that, that concludes our meeting. So thank you all for coming, and thank you staff for all that you're doing. As Mr. Trustee Walker said, we appreciate what you're doing just to keep things flowing on it's a fluid, it keeps changing every day, but we appreciate your patience and all that you've done, and especially superintendent. So we'd like to give you a hand just because it's so amazing.
It really isn't me. It's this group out here. I texted them all last night, and I have to say, as I went home last night and just reflected on being able to take a breath, just really proud of the work that they've done, and they've really stepped up and are thinking outside the box, which is what we need right now. And they're not afraid to get their hands dirty, and they're working really long hours. So while, yes, I've been in communication with you all, but the group out here has been phenomenal. So thank you all for that.
Trustee West?
I just want to tag in, and I'm really impressed with how everyone has handled everything. I think our district is a leader in this community, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you.
So good. All right, I'll take a motion for adjournment. Oh, trustee Brown?
So one thing that I've found really impressive is that questions that people have posed have been answered. And, you know, that in itself, I think, is a huge step forward. People know that their voice is heard and their concerns are addressed. So thank you for doing that.
Yes. Trustee Lopez?
Well, I mean, we're in front of a microphone, and it's first of all, I want to thank everyone in around the room and everyone that's not in the room that's been making the work that we've been doing possible. Thank you very much for all your guys' leadership. To folks at home, please be mindful of others around you. I know there's a time where we have to distance ourselves, but also be mindful that there's folks that are in desperate need for items such as our elderly or most vulnerable. So please practice safety, but also practice kindness. So I know that we're doing that throughout Esta City Schools and throughout our communities, but it's important to know that during these times we need each other. We need to be close to each other while staying separated. So
Yeah, it's tough. All right, so I don't know, I guess we can take a vote. All those in favor of, did I have a motion and a second for the meetings, right, John?
I have a motion to adjourn.
And, okay, and trustee, so trustee Walker made the motion, trustee Lopez made the second. Meeting adjourned. I don't think,
Thank you.
all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, Amy. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay.